How's it going, everybody? It is I, Visual Eye. Welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Holcomb over here in the OU tier, the overused tier. So looking at his team real quick, we have Kieran Black, probably the Z-mover on the team, with Free Shock. That just claims one. Looking at my team, I have no good switching to it at all. Like, Kieran Black is just a monster. Tapu Koko, honestly, could be maybe just offensive Life Orb. Could even be Shuka Berry. Defog, support for the Volcarona. Lando could be Scarf Defog as well for the Volcarona. Whenever I see Volcarona, I think there has to be a good defogger, maybe even two defoggers, because you just need to have those hazards, those stealth rocks removed for it, if he has a good team, at least. And looking at it, you know, it's a very threatening team. He has Scizor as well, probably Mega Curse, or it could be Swords Dance. That could be very threatening, because if it is going to be that, it's a little harder to deal with, because if he weakens my Pokemon, it'll just Bull Punch everything, honestly. Volcarona could be the Z-mover as well. It could even be a bulky Volcarona, maybe of Leftovers. That could be a little bit annoying, but I do have a Rain team, so it shouldn't be that hard to deal with. And then Chansey is an odd one to put on offense, but I know some people that do like to just slap on Chansey and everything. So, I mean, Chansey is a good Pokemon all around. It's going to be a little hard to deal with because, you know, Kingdra can't really break through it. So, I have to have Tapu Koko to try and break through it, and my Tapu Koko is going to be Electrium Z with Wild Charge. So we lead off with Pelipper, he leads off Kieran Black. I mean, good choice for him, because it literally just claims one, like I said, and I'm guessing this is going to be a Z-move Kieran Black. So I'm going to switch out into Magearna, as I could take a Fusion Bolt, I could take a Z-move, and then maybe I can live another hit, and maybe I can threaten him out with a Flair Cannon, because Kieran Black would go down to a Flair Cannon from Magearna. So he fires off the Z-move right off the bat, the Sub-Zero Slammer, Free Shock most likely, because everybody runs that. It just claims one like every single time. Or almost claims one, but it does almost one-shot Magearna, so it puts it in range for Fusion Bolt, and then down goes Magearna. So right off the bat, I lose Magearna. That's kind of a little bad, but at the same time, Magearna wasn't doing too much since maybe if he was like an offensive Tapu Koko, it really wasn't doing much. I mean, maybe I can pivot around, but he has Lando, so I got to play around that as well. Anyways, we're bringing in Swampert. Swampert can take anything the Kieran Black wants to go for, unless it's Hidden Power and Grass. Maybe I could live that too. But he just fires with the Dragon Claw, which actually surprised me. I thought he would be outraged. So I can take two Dragon Claws, and I am Adamant Mega Swampertite, so I get to 2 KO this Kieran Black with an Earthquake. Hopefully he stays in and does not switch into Lando, predicting another Earthquake. So that is pretty nice for me that I get to get rid of the Kieran Black. If he did go for Outrage, he would have probably 2 KO'd Mega Swampert, most likely looking at the Dragon Claw damage. But I maybe would have switched down to Tapu Koko, as I would not want to just sack my Swampert to the Kieran Black. And he will be locked in Outrage. But once I switch into my Fairy type, he can switch out. So, anyways, he brought in Scizor. I bring in Manaphy, just an off chance he wants to go for a Bullet Punch, but nope, he just fires off the Swords Dance, probably predicting me to switch. And honestly, Scizor can take a hit from Mega Swampert, so I mean, he can just Swords Dance up. Unless I was going to be Rest Swampert, but that's not going to happen. So, Manaphy Modest, it's going to hit him with a Surf, he lives that, and then he Bug Bites me and one-shots me, so that is one offensive Sizzle right there. So now I bring in Kingdra, as Kingdra will live the Bullet Punch and Revenge Kill the Sizzle right there. So that's pretty nice for me. This thing is a very big threat, and luckily it was not U-turn as well. That would be a little bit more frightening, because then I wouldn't have been able to Revenge Kill the Sizzle, and he would U-turn into something like maybe Chansey, I don't know. But then I would bring in Tapu Koko and try and knock out Chansey or something like that. So anyways, he brought in Tapu Koko. Rain is gone, so I don't want to stay in with Kingdra, as he can knock me out with a Dazzling Gleam or even a Thunderbolt maybe. But I brought in Swampert just as a sack and just see what he goes for. So he fires off the Dazzling Gleam. I see no Life Orb. He could be Shuka Berry, but usually Shuka Berry don't have Dazzling Gleam. They like to run Thunderbolt, HP Ice, maybe Roost, and maybe U-turn or Defog. So I brought in Pelipper just to get the rain back up, and also kind of see if he is going to be non-specs. And looking at it, he probably is specs since he switched out into Chansey right there. So I U-turn, bring on Tapu Koko, and now I'm going to predict the Lando to come in. So I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, as I want to try and catch that on the switch-in and just do some good damage to it. It should not knock it out though, since I am running a physical attack in Tapu Koko. But he stays and just talks to me, so I'm like, alright, let's just fire off the Z-move, hopefully as I'm going to Lando, and predict that, as maybe he would think I'm specs, or maybe just, you know, a special attacking Tapu Koko, and he doesn't want to risk Lando T coming in on that. So this will bop a Chansey and send it flying back into its Pokeball. You think you're going to be happy, Chansey? No, this is going to annihilate you. Z Wild Charge will just annihilate Chanseys and Electric Terrain. It's a beautiful thing. And it's a good matchup versus Stall as well. this Tapu Koko with Taunt, and you can U-turn on whatever, you know, you can't Z Wild Charge, or if you're predicting a switch. So he brought in Lando. I'm just going to stay in and go for the Hidden Power Ice, as if he is going to be Scarf, he's Scarf, but he actually is not Scarf, so he just gets his Rocks up, so it's a defensive Lando, I'm guessing, or maybe offensive, but with the Stealth Rocks. I see no Leftovers. Could be also Z-move Landers T as well. I mean, it's not Z-move. He used Z-move on Karen Black. I always get Z-movers. I always forget them. He used it first turn, and then people are like, he already used a Z-move. But yeah, Lando T, I mean, it could be a dual Z-move, but he's probably not. He's probably just like, I don't know, bulky Landers T, judging from the HP ice damage as well. So anyways, he brought in his Tapu Koko. I just go for the Wild Charge, get some nice damage up on him, and then he knocks me out with the Thunderbolt. So I'm guessing he's probably Specs Tapu Koko. He's not Scarf because I just outsped him right there, so that's good information. I was kind of scared of Scarf Tapu Koko, because then he would outspeed my Kingdra in rain. So Kingdra comes in, surfs him, and since Chansey is gone, it looks pretty good for my Kingdra to just, you know, literally sweep his entire team, whatever he has left. And he just has the Volcarona left, and the Sun Queen is going to go down because the rain is up and no sun today. And yeah, that definitely is going to be probably a bulky Volcarona, I would guess, since it's actually pretty decent with a lot of HP and Leftovers. So that was a scary game versus Holcomb, but luckily, ever since Chansey was gone from that Z Wild Charge, it looked pretty good for Kingdra to just like clean up with the rain. So GG to Holcomb, and that Karen Black is scary. So next up we got versus Caleb over here, looking at his team, just a bunch of offensive Pokemon, then Clefable. And then maybe that's a Stealth Rock Clefable. Maybe Folk Sash Breloom. Victini could be the Z-mover. Dragonite could be the Z-mover. Mega Pinsir is always a threat because it's just Swords Dances up and just like returns and Earthquake, so I got to play around that as well. I'll lead off Pelipper, get that rain up as it leads off with the Pinsir, so I'm like, alright, let me just try and Hurricane this right off the bat. Maybe he's just going to try and Swords Dance up and trying to break through. I cannot allow that, and plus I am a defensive Pelipper, so I will take anything this Pinsir wants to go for at +2, unless he critical hits me. And I'm pretty sure Mega Pinsir, yeah, what does not ever one-shot at +2 with anything, unless it's Thrash, and actually, yeah, maybe it can, because this Frustration does almost one-shot me, but it does not, so down goes Pinsir to the Hurricane right there. 2 Hurricanes. It actually lived the first one, which is crazy, but I mean, to be expected from no special attack EVs Pelipper. So in comes Clefable. Now I'm gonna bring in my Swampert, as I kind of predicted Stealth Rocks from the Clefable. I can take a Moonblast, but he actually goes for the Cosmic Power, and I was like, uh-oh, I don't want to play around this. I'm gonna go right on top Koko and taunt him, because usually this would be unaware with Moonlight, Cosmic Power, maybe Stored Powered, and Charge Beam, something like that, and that's just an annoying set to deal with. So I want to taunt him right off the bat so he can't just like Moonlight and stuff like that and Cosmic Power up. So he actually switched out right there, and I think he revealed Soft Boil, so I was like, huh. I wasn't too sure at the beginning, but later on I realized that Soft Boil is Magic Guard, not unaware, so that maybe I could boost up my Manaphy Tail Glow up and just break through Clefable. So anyways, he brought in Mimikyu. I break the Disguise on the switch-in, and then I just one-shot him, which, you know, I calced and saw how much it does, and it has a really good chance to just one-shot Mimikyu. And there is a slight chance to not one-shot it, but it's a really good chance to one-shot it, so I went for it, and I got it, so nice. He brought in Dragonite. I just U-turn on it just to get the multi-skill broken, because I do have the Z Wild Charge, but it won't knock out Dragonite without the multi-skill broken, and also I do have Hidden Power Ice, but like I said, multi-skill. So I brought in Magearna. I know he's probably going to go for Earthquake, but just an off chance he does go for a Dragon Dance, I can maybe Ice Beam him. But nope, he makes a safe play, just going for Earthquake. So I switched into Pelipper, just kind of expecting him to go for another Earthquake, but he actually switched into Victini right there, so that's interesting. Maybe he expected a Flare Cannon or Ice Beam. Victini can take both of those, so I guess it'll be a nice play. But I'm not going to allow Pelipper to go down just yet, as I can switch into Swampert, because I know Swampert can take a V-Create, it can take a Bold Strike if he wants to go for that. I'm pretty sure he does not have Grass Knot. I think Victini learns Grass Knot, but nobody really runs that. I know they run Glaciate sometimes. But yeah, he just goes for the Z Celebrate, gets that +1 in every single stat, so that's kind of what I expected. I actually thought maybe Dragonite would be the Z mover though. But Victini Z Celebrate is really good as well. He likes to use it a lot against me. Luckily though, I lived a Stored Power, and I one-shot him with the Waterfall. Adamant Swampert with that critical hit, always one-shots the Victini. I mean, it ignores the defense boost as well, but also there is a slight chance I would one-shot him without the critical hit, but unfortunately that crit just negates all that and just one-shot him. So he brought in Breloom just to Mach Punch me, down to my Swampert goes, and now in comes Tapu Koko just to go for the U-turn, because I just want to break a potential Focus Sash and get the Electrium up so he cannot go for a Spore and Spore into my Pokemon. because that would be a little bit annoying. And I go to Magearna just as a sack, since I don't really need Magearna anymore. It kind of just goes down to the rest of his team. And he just fires off some Bull Seeds and just knocks out Magearna. So, pretty nice for me, as now I can just bring in whatever, really. Manaphy can just knock out the Breloom. I can even maybe even bring Tapu Koko if I want to, but Manaphy seems to be the choice I wanted to go with and just knock it out. And also Manaphy can kind of just tail go up and win the game. So, and also if he wants to bring in Dragonite, I can Ice Beam that as well. So, I go for Surf just to get some damage on the Clefable, just see what it does, gauge it, and he just goes for the Cosmic Power. So, now this is where I realized, alright, I'm just going to Tail Glow up and just break through this Clefable, because I know for a fact it's not going to be unaware because it has Soft Boiled. You cannot have unaware with Soft Boiled. It just doesn't go well. I mean, it's literally impossible unless you hack it in. That's what I mean. So, yeah. He goes for the Soft Boil, gets the HP back, but +3 Manaphy Modest is going to do too much, even with +1 special defense, and it's going to 2-hit KO him. But he does get a nice special attack drop with the Moonblast, but it's not going to be enough because I already weakened him too much. And also, he doesn't have Leftovers, which is interesting. I wonder what item he is. Maybe he is Life Orb? I don't know. It's kind of weird when you have Magic Guard with Cosmic Power. Usually you just see it with Unaware, like I said before. So, last mod Dragonite, I'm just going to Ice Beam him, and that is going to be the game. So nice, Manaphy breaking through. That's why I like Manaphy a lot, even though Modest is interesting. But, yeah, I didn't really make a team. Shout out to Ski Master Slumpgod and some other people that edited it as well. So, I really like his teams. He had like a Heracross team. It was pretty cool. So anyways, next up we got is versus Aldair? Aldair? I don't know how to say your name, but pretty cool team. I think we played this battle. We tried to do it 2 times, but then we kept disconnecting. So this is the 3rd battle. I only knew that I think he was Stealth Rock, Ferrothorn, or Heatran. I forgot. And I think he was like Scarf Lando. That's the only information I got in like Defog Feeny from the first 2 battles when we disconnected. And yeah, the 3rd battle I was just like, alright, I'm just gonna try and like finish this as quickly as possible because I was live streaming. I do all my Wi-Fi battles during a live stream. That's how I do it. So if you do want to Wi-Fi battle me, catch one of my live Wi-Fi battles because that's where it all is. And if you want to, you know, I guess rewatch them, I have in my streams playlist as well, because you know, it's just the way to go for me at least, because you know, you live stream and get the Wi-Fi battles at the same time. So anyways, I'll lead off with Magearna Assault Vest, and he leads off with the Ferrothorn. I do have the Focus Blast. I just want to try and Focus Blast this Ferrothorn in the face, because last time he let off with it twice, and I think I let off Pelipper, so this time I changed it up for Magearna, because I was like, alright, Magearna, you need to start doing some things, because it's just annoying to not weaken this Ferrothorn. You need to just weaken it, and 2 Focus Blasts don't even knock it out. I mean, that is 1 Spidef Ferrothorn for you. So, I will switch over here, expecting him to want to switch out. Also, he double Leech Seeded. I guess expecting me to switch out. That's a fair play, as, you know, you would probably want to Volt Switch, expecting something to want to come in on his part of the team. So, I brought in Swampert on the Volt Switch, and he brings in Tapu Fini. I pull a switch into Magearna, expecting him to probably not want to stay in, and I want to try and get Magearna in and just try and, you know, maybe Focus Blast the Ferrothorn, or maybe even Volt Switch on the Tapu Fini. But at the same time, I don't want to catch Nature's Madness from the Finis, so I do go into Tapu Koko, as Tapu Koko will take it. I don't have Roost, but, I mean, it's not really Tapu Koko needs its HP, at least. It's not really, I'm going to take hits from an Earthquake Landorus or anything like that. I mean, maybe if he's Power Whip or Gyro Ball Ferrothorn, I will need some HP, but yeah. So I go for Hidden Power Ice, expecting Lando, but unfortunately, I make the wrong play as he goes into Heatran. I am too scared for him to be Choice Scarf Heatran. Also, I remember I switched out Swampert on the Heatran earlier because I was scared of Bloom Doom Heatran. I forgot to mention that as well. That was a fear. I wasn't too sure what that Heatran was. It was either like Z-move, Bloom Doom, or Scarf. I don't know. He could have been anything really. So I just wanted to scout and see. So both times he switched out and kind of making me think he's not either or. So now I stayed in with Swampert, and then he brought in Lando and U-turns on me. As I think I just get my rocks up. Yeah, I just get my rocks up. And Tapu Fini is easily just going to defog. I wasn't really too sure what this Fini was. If it's max defense, if it's max HP, max speed, timid, I'm not too sure. I'm just going to switch out into Tapu Koko again and try and threaten it out and maybe catch his Lando T with a Hidden Power Ice. That's what I'm really trying to do, is get rid of Lando T so that Tapu Koko can just spam Wild Charge, because that can be nice. I mean, he does have Ferrothorn, but I could Z Wild Charge that and do a lot of damage. And just when Ferrothorn's weakened, when Lando T is gone, it's going to be nice for, you know, my Kingdra and Tapu Koko, because Kingdra doesn't really appreciate the Ferrothorn around. Even though Fini can't switch it in on my Kingdra, his team is just pretty hard to break through for a rain team, honestly. Ferrothorn plus the Tapu Fini is just annoying to deal with when you have rain. Wish I had a Tornadus on this team. Tornadus would be really nice with Hurricane, because you just spam them. So, yeah, I bring in Pelipper, he brought in Fini, as now I just catch a Moonblast, because I was just going to go for the U-turn, and I wasn't really too sure what he would go for, if he's going to go for a Nature's Madness or what. And plus, I don't want to let Tapu Koko get weakened even more. Like, I'd rather let Pelipper get weakened, because mostly Pelipper is there to get rain up, and just U-turn, and maybe switching on Earthquake from the Lander's team. So, I brought in Koko, trying to catch that Lando, and I did catch it, but I go for the Wild Charge now, trying to, I guess, you know, catch the Tapu Fini. Since I kind of hope that he's not going to predict the Wild Charge. Maybe he would predict me to go for the Agent Power Ice like last time, but no, that's not going to be the case. I think the rest of the battle I was just like, alright, let's keep on clicking Wild Charge, just see if he stays in predicting me to go for Hidden Power Ice. So, I brought in Pelipper as he U-turns, and then he brings in Pinsir. I don't want to catch a return. I'm going to go into my Magearna predicting a return, and then I'm predicting to go for the Earthquake, so I'm going to go into my Swampert as a double. Yeah, there's a lot of switches. I know you got a headache already. Just bear with me, okay? That's just Pokemon for you. I know you at least, and I guess in other tiers with a lot of switching. So, we go into Swampert predicting the Earthquake. I try to break it down a little, but you know, it is pretty fast for you guys. So maybe slow down the video for you if you get confused. So, yeah. I brought in Swampert mainly because I want to get the rocks back up, and also I just maybe can threaten out the Pinsir as well with Ice Punch or even Waterfall. Even though Pinsir could maybe live one, but at the same time, he probably doesn't want rocks up. And once I get the rocks up, that'll be really bad for his Pinsir, as it's 4 times weak to it, and it weakens the Landorus every time it comes in. And Landorus is getting weakened a lot, since I did hit it with 1 Hidden Power Ice. And with Landorus on, like I said, Wild Charge is free. So I decided to just stay in on the Fini with an Earthquake, mainly because I wanted to catch him on a Defog, but actually just went for the Moonblast. And maybe he didn't want to lose Tapu Fini right there, maybe he was scared that I was faster with the Earthquake, I'm not too sure, but man, Swampert did a lot of damage with that Earthquake. Adamant Swampert is not something to mess around with, so he switched in the Heatran. I get to knock that out. Maybe expected to switch as well, but at the same time, I really just wanted to Earthquake the Fini on the Defog. Like, that's my main concern. I didn't want to Defog again, and I wanted to keep rocks up. So he brought in Greninja. I don't see any signs of Protean, so I was like, maybe it's Battle Bond. And I go into Magearna, as usually it's a switch into Battle Bond Greninja, and it looks to be Battle Bond. And yeah, he doesn't show any signs of Protean at all. And it's Life Orb, so he went for the Dark Pulse first, just trying to, I guess, knock out Swampert. Then he went for the Hydro Pump, and Magearna lives that on a sliver of HP, and that is just insane. As Magearna Soul Vest is not something to mess around with. Max HP, max def, a little bit of attack for the Iron Head. But yeah, that's just crazy. So we get the full switch and knock out Greninja. Now I bring in Pelipper as he brings in the Tapu Fini. And I think I just go for the U-turn as he defogs, because I'm pretty sure he's just going to go for the defog. And I just want to get, I guess, a little bit of chip on the Tapu Fini, even though it does absolutely nothing. Maybe I should have Hurricaned or something like that. But at the same time, yeah, I should have probably Hurricaned right there, because it would have been a nice chip for the Tapu Fini to where maybe Kingdra can knock it out with Surf. And I'm trying to get everything low to the point where Kingdra can sweep. So I need to try and like weaken that Ferrothorn maybe with Manaphy. So I brought in Swampert again, just trying to get those rocks up. I don't really care if Swampert gets downed. Even though it's pretty nice to keep it, it's just weakened to the point where it gets knocked out by everything, really. So I sacrifice Swampert to get the rocks up. Fini gets a little bit more leftovers recovery. I bring in Tapu Koko, and now this is where the mind games start again. Am I going to go for Wild Charge, or am I going to go for Hidden Power Ice? I am going to go for Wild Charge because I'm trying to catch the Fini, predicting it to stay in, and predict me to go for Hidden Power Ice. And also maybe if he wants to go into Ferrothorn. So unfortunately he brings in Lando, but at the same time I am chipping Lando with the rocks, so that's why I like to spam Wild Charge. I'm still hurting the Lando with the rocks, and as long as I try to keep the rocks up, I'm good to go. So I stack Magearna as he goes for the U-turn. Maybe I should have brought in... No, I don't want to bring in Pelipper because that allows Fini to go for defog. I don't want to do that. Actually, yeah, I don't want to do that. So in comes Ferrothorn, and I bring in Tapu Koko. Still trying to scare out that Fini. I don't want to come in and defog, but at the same time, it looks like it might come in because I go for the U-turn over here. No, I go for Wild Charge again, or Z-Wild Charge. This is where I went for, Z-Wild Charge. I was kind of hoping it would stay in with the Ferrothorn, expecting me not beat a Z-move Tapu Koko, but I guess looking at my team, you know, what else would I be? Probably Z-move. So unfortunately, Lando is going to be immune to that, and I can't really do much, and I want to catch an Earthquake, and also he just goes for the U-turn, so very nice play on his part, as he's always just U-turning on me. He never really clicks Earthquake. I think he clicked one time, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I bring in Manaphy on the U-turn as I can take that, and now he brings in Pinsir on the rocks, and this is where Manaphy is going to live the return, which is very, very nice. Luckily, no critical hit. Manaphy is just naturally bulky, 100 base stats all across the board, and we knock him out with the Ice Beam. So this is why keeping up rocks is very important, because I wouldn't have knocked out the Pinsir without the rocks. So very nice. And also I'm modest, so that's pretty good as well. Just ensuring it to get knocked down. So in comes Ferrothorn. I decided to just go for Ice Beam just because if I tail glow up and he goes for, like, I don't know, Power Whip if he does have that, then I just tail glow it up for nothing. So I might as well get some chip on the Ferrothorn. And pretty much, as long as it stays at about lower than 30-something%, around that range, Kingdra can hopefully knock it out with Surf. Unless push comes to shove, I need to spam Hydro Pump. And Tapu also should maybe get knocked out by Hydro Pump as well from the range it's at. Unless it's like really Spadef, but I don't think it's going to be Spadef. I mean, it could be because Earthquake did a lot, and I saw no signs of defensive EVs, but he could just be max speed, max HP. But at the same time, he did switch out his Fini on my Swampert, so maybe he is max Spadef, I don't know. But at the same time, Manaphy's Psychic is doing a nice chunk, and it looks to be just like, you know, timid. A lot of speed, max HP, Tapu Fini, so I'm not too sure. Either way, he gets the defog off, which is horrible for me, and I get knocked out by the Leech Seed, since, you know, the Ferrothorn Leech Seed me. But my plan was to just try and weaken everything with Manaphy. I didn't want to tail glow up, because what if he just attacks me, and I did, I just tail glowed up for no reason, so now I bring in Tapu Koko as now in comes the Mind Games. I actually went for U-turn over here, mainly because I was kind of hoping he would go into Ferrothorn. But unfortunately he brought in Landorus, and Landorus will live the U-turn. Man, this Landorus is so annoying. I hate Landorus, but at the same time I love it. Man, ban Landorus. Just kidding. Don't ban Landorus. It's not broken. It's just very easy to use and good. So, anyways, in comes the Pelipper, and now Rain is up. And if he does have so much Rock Slide, he goes for it here and tries to knock me out. But unfortunately, he misses the Rock Slide. That actually kind of sucks for me because, I mean, it sucks for both because he could maybe hope that Kingdra won't knock out Tapu Fini and Ferrothorn, but I think Kingdra kind of just wins at this point of the game with Rain up. Because he knocks me out with the Rock Slide on the Pelipper with the Lando. I can bring in Kingdra, and I kind of think I just spammed Surf, because I think everything was in range of Surf. I'm pretty sure. Like, modest specs Kingdra in range is not something to joke around with. But at the same time, Tapu Fini and Ferrothorn are also not something to joke around with, so I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Like, he would have to sack something for sure to the Kingdra when Lando was out. But at the same time, everything was weakened to the point where I think Surf would knock it out, looking at it. And plus, if he sacked Landers, I mean, Tapu Koko would just win. Even though Wild Charge doesn't really do much to Ferrothorn, and Iron Bombs does do a lot. Maybe if he kept Ferrothorn as last and I had Tapu Koko as last, maybe he could win, but I just don't see it. I just see Kingdra just kind of cleaning up. Unless somehow Tapu Fini and Ferrothorn lives. But, oh well. Regardless, we will never know because Rock Slide missed. And, you know, Tapu Fini is gone, and I just keep spamming Wild Charge onto Ferrothorn to the point where I knock myself out with Iron Barbs. And Kingdra will just come in and knock out the Ferrothorn. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, Kingdra is not a weak Pokemon. It is pretty dang strong in Rain. That's why people like to use it. So, I just Ice Beam him and knock him out. I mean, maybe I'll just try and go for Hydro Pump, but maybe I'll miss Hydro Pump. So, we all know 80% accuracy is a damn lie. So, next up we got versus Donkey Kong. Or maybe Donkey from Shrek. I don't know. But either way, looking at his team, it looks like Kingdra food because he has no switching to Kingdra. You think Rotom Wash is switching? Oh, you bet your bottom dollar it's not. Well, you'll see what happens to Rotom Wash in this game. Unfortunately, Rotom Wash is going to face his doom as he has no ground type, and I just lead off Tapu Koko. And looking at his team, oh my god, when there's no ground type, show me a switch. Show me a switch. So in comes Ralph Natus. I'm going to switch, or he's going to switch into Eeks, the Rotom Wash, and I'm just going to click that Z mode right off the bat. That Electrium Z Wild Charge. Oh my, yeah. Send this Rotom Wash packing into its Pokeball. And now that Rotom is gone, that's one switch and gone for Swampert pretty much, because Swampert does not appreciate Rotom at all. Like, there's not much I can do to Rotom unless somehow I can hit it with an Earthquake, but no. Maybe if only Swampert learned 1,000 arrows, that'd be nice. But no, that's never going to happen. That'd be broken. Probably. So, anyways, in Kingdra, I'm just going to go into Magearna, as usually switching to Magearna unless it's going to be Ground EMZ, Dig. And once I saw the Protean, I was like, okay, this might be Ground EMZ Dig. I'm going to switch out and scout for it. So, switch out as he actually brought in Torrent, so maybe it's not Z Dig. I don't know. I think the Grin is probably a Z mover, though. Looking at his team, I mean, Torn could be the Z mover, but I still think Gren is a Z mover. I don't think it's bad up on spikes. So, brought in Pelipper, and now I bring in Tapu Koko, as Tapu Koko can take the Hurricane. And yeah, he just fires off the Hurricane, as, you know, that's his best play. He can do some good damage and always hits, but turns out he's Life Orb Torn, and once I saw that, I was like, alright, this Gren has to be Z move. Looking at his team, it has to be Kartana, can't be the Z mover, it has to be Scarf Kartana, I think. So unfortunately, Tapu Koko does not break through the confusion. I get hit in the face, and he knocks me out the Hurricane right there. So, why the hell do you see a Tornado speed of Tapu Koko? Well, when you confuse it, that's when. Oh well. So anyways, I'm bringing Kingdra, and looking at his team, he has no switching at all to the Kingdra. Just gonna go for the Surf, knock out Torn. He has to sack it. And then he brought in Medicham, which is interesting to me. I thought I would have brought in Kartana, because, you know, Choice Scarf Kartana outspeeds Kingdra in the rain when I'm modest. So that is peculiar. I'm pretty sure it does. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Kartana Scarf outspeeds. I don't know. I gotta remember. I gotta check. But I remember Scarf Kartana like outspeeds, I think, Adamant Swampert for sure. But either way, Medicham does not even fake on me, and I knock him out, so that's pretty nice. In comes Grem. Decided to just go for the Surf, and there's that Z move, but it turns out to be Waterfall Z. I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna live that. Even though it's in rain, but I 4 times resisted, so that is pretty nice for me. Pretty nice for me. Luckily, it was Waterfall Z. If it was gonna be Z Dig, maybe I would get knocked out. If it was any other Z move, maybe I would get knocked out. I don't know. I have to calc that, depending on his EVs as well. So that's probably Z Hydro, or Hydro Pump, not Hydro Vortex. That's the name of the Z mover, or Z move. And yeah, I just go for the Surf, knock out Gren. And now in comes Paper Cut, and I'm just gonna outspeed it and knock him out with Surf. So after he sent out Medicham and Greninja, I was like, okay, this is probably not Scarf Kartana then. And I'm still remembering, even if it is, maybe I outspeed it. So anyways, in comes Heatran. I don't need to switch out because Heatran shouldn't be able to knock me out unless it's like Bloom Doom. Maybe Earth Power can knock me out. I don't know if he's like Life Orb or Specs max speed. But either way, we knock him out, and I think, I don't know, I always forget Kingdra's speed. I need to look at this. Kingdra's speed, what is it? It's 269. What is Heatran's speed? It's like 270, I think. I think so. Either way, Kingdra just wins, so. Yeah, GG to Donkey. And now next up, we got the legend, the myth, Joey Fontaine. And looking at his team, we got some Yu Pokemon, Beedrill and Starmie. So that's pretty cool. And then also Pelipper. Looking at his team, he has no Swampert or Kingdra, so that's pretty interesting. But also, you know, 200 IQ. We got Starmie with Thunder, maybe Tornadoes with Hurricane, so he doesn't want to miss. And maybe Tapu Koko with Thunder. So actually, it makes sense when you think about it. So we both got Pelippers, and that's pretty cool. I think I benefit more though since I have Swampert, Kingdra. But I mean, that's a cool tech. Not gonna lie, that's a cool tech. Maybe he'll Starmie, Electrium Z. That could be cool. And Tornadoes, you know, maybe Specs or Life Orb or Z move. I don't know. But anyways, I'll lead off Pelipper as it looks to be a great lead versus him. I think he's just going to lead off with Beedrill since it literally just U-turns on my entire team. And yeah, he just leads off with it. And I knew I could take a hit from the Beedrill since he's not going to click Poison Jab against me. And I'd go for the U-turn, probably expect him to want to switch. I mean, he's not going to Poison Jab me like I said. And usually Pelipper don't like to run Hurricane. Sometimes they like to run Defog. Actually, this team does not even have Defog on it, which is weird. But at the same time, you know, we just kind of hit him and go with the water moves in this rain. So here on Tapu Koko, that is gonna probably be timid, but I remember Joey said he hacked this Tapu Koko and made him modest. Joey Fontaine. But then he's also Choice Scarf with Grass Knot and outsped my Swampert in the rain, so that is unfortunate. The one counter team to Swamperts. Dang, Flabbit Flip Stable. When I saw that, I was like, are you kidding me? Well, at least I get to bring Kingdra, as Kingdra will take the Grass Knot, and I get to spam Hydro Pump, because looking at it, he has no switch into Kingdra at all. So that's pretty nice. Maybe I'll title this Kingdra, the movie, because this is going on for too long. I need to turn off the recording, but we're just going to keep going because I have a lot of battles. So anyways, he U-turns, which is interesting. Actually, did he U-turn? I don't know. Oh yeah, he U-turned because I missed Hydro Pump. I would have knocked that guy out. Unfortunately, I missed. He brought in Starmie, and then he brings in Heatran. I guess I expect him to switch out, maybe fearing a Thunder or Electrium Z, but now I stay in because I give no Fire Trucks and knock out the Heatran. So that's pretty nice. And Heatran really didn't do much against me either way. I mean, maybe it can Magearna the Magearna, but at the same time doesn't knock me out Randy. And I will just full switch out. Unless he was like Fire Z, but I could probably live that as well. Since, you know, a Solvest Mag. So I go into Solvest Mag into the Starmie as I expect the Thunder, and there it is, and that does absolutely tootly nothing. So that is pretty nice for me. And now I just go for the Volt Switch as in comes Tornadus. And you know what's coming in on this Tornadus? You want to see? Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is going to claim one with that Z Wild Charge. Actually, do I click Z Wild Charge or Wild Charge? I don't know. I forget. Either way, he has no switch into Tapu Koko because he has no ground type. And in comes Pelipper, so I guess that is sack. I mean, he doesn't really need it since, you know, I have a Pelipper for him to get the rain up. So down it goes, the green Pelipper. And I think he brings the Tapu Koko over here. Rain goes away. No, he goes into Beedrill. That's smarter. And plus, it's probably Scarf. I mean, it is Scarf Tapu Koko. I know that. He needs to lock himself into maybe dazzling him to try and knock me out. I don't think that would knock me out, though. Like, I think he would have to go for a Poison Jab. But he actually made a nice play going for the knockoff. Predicting me to switch, so that's pretty cool. And I brought in Pelipper on that, and then he knocks me out with the Poison Jab. I kind of just stayed in. Maybe if I live, I am max defense, so I just wanted to see, but nope, I don't. So now I bring in Kingdra. He has no switching. In comes Torn. I get the nice Surf off and knock out that Torn, so that's pretty nice for me. And yeah, pretty much Pokemon is just a nice game, you know. And sometimes things just go nicely, and then hacks happens, and then sometimes it's not nice. So, anyways, in comes Starmie. I don't want to stay in against Starmie because I don't want to catch a Thunder. I still think this might be Electrium Z, so I'm going to switch out. And I'm going to go to Magearna as he actually goes for the Holcomb, so that's pretty cool. As he does some good damage to me. I don't know what kind of Starmie this is. It's analytic like Specs. That would be kind of cool. Like, it'd do good damage, but I don't know. It still does not do a lot to Solvis Mag, even in rain. So I Volt Switched, get some nice chip, and now I'm bringing Tapu Koko again, and he has no switch from Tapu Koko. So go for the Wild Charge, knock him out. I was actually low-key scared of Scarf Starmie from him. Luckily, he was not Scarf Starmie. So in comes Beedrill, again to outspeed my Tapu Koko, and that can just easily Poison Jab me. So I'm going to switch out, as Tapu Koko can deal with his other Pokemon pretty effectively. And also, I did want to keep my Z move, if I remember now, for his Tapu Koko. So the plan over here is to go into Kingdra, Draco Meteor him. I could Surf and go into Manaphy and then knock him out with the Psychic, but at the same time, I don't want him to give him a chance to knock out my Tapu Koko with his Tapu Koko, so I want him to be locked into Thunderbolt. So that's the plan. So I brought in Kingdra, I go for Draco Meteor, and I missed! Flip steady. Okay, just love 90% accuracy moves. That's okay. So, down goes my Kingdra. Manaphy comes in. It's not going to knock out Beedrill, because Beedrill actually has decent speed def, so that's why I went for Draco Meteor. I didn't want to go for Surf, because it doesn't knock it out. I could have went for Hydro Pump, but that has less accuracy than Draco Meteor. But at the same time, it does risk him going into Tapu Koko. But who goes Tapu Koko on a Kingdra? Like, when I can click Surf or Hydro Pump. So that's why I click Draco Meteor. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And the reason I did not want to go for the Surf route so I can weaken him to the point where Manaphy... Yeah, I already explained that. With Manaphy to knock out Beedrill. Because, you know, you saw Manaphy lives it. But that would give him a chance to knock out Tapu Koko with his Tapu Koko. So I wanted to give him zero chance because he would have to go for a Thunderbolt on the Manaphy to knock me out. And Tapu Koko will easily live that. And then I could go for the Z-Wall Charge to knock out Tapu Koko. But nope, that's not going to be the case because Beedrill dodges. They Hydro Pam. So Pokemon's a good game. It's okay though. GG to Joey Fontaine. He pulled up a good fight. He trained his Mega Beedrill very well. I need to train my Pokemon to hit their moves. So last game we got is versus Flair, and looking at his team, pretty threatening with Mega Gallade. We got Tangrowth, probably a Soul Vest. Ditto's gonna be an annoying choice card. Maybe Zima Victini, Tapu Fini, could be maybe Defog. I mean that's his only Defogger. Maybe just bulky defensively, and then Spidef Tangrowth. I mean all around great core. And then the Tapu Lele, maybe just nope. Spoilers, you didn't see nothing. Pressed the wrong button. Anyways, Tapu Lele, probably gonna be, I don't know, Scarf. Specs. Z move. I don't know. He does have Scarf Ditto, so maybe it's not Scarf. So, anyways, lead off Pelipper as it leads off with the Tapu Fini, and just gonna go for the U-turn as now he just fires off a Nature's Madness. Don't switch into Magearna on the Tapu Fini because you're just gonna get weakened by the Nature's Madness. Never do that. That is a bad play, even though I think I've done that before. But still, don't do that. So I'm bringing Tapu Koko. He has no switch to Tapu Koko. I mean, Tangrowth can switch in, but I'm just going to U-turn on it, so that's pretty good for me. Because then I can bring in whatever. It's going to be kind of hard to break through Tangrowth, though, since I have no spikes. He has that regenerator, so that's going to be very annoying. It's not like a Ferrothorn where I can keep it whittled down with no regenerator regaining all it back. So I have to try and break through. So I go into Manaphy just trying to break through something. So I tail glow up right off the bat of the game. No stealth rocks, no nothing. as he switches out into the Tapu Fini. Luckily, it was not Power Whip, so it could be good. I mean, usually there's Soul Dust Giga Drain, so yeah, Tail Glow up, go for the Psychic on the Tapu Fini, hope that it two-shots it, and looking at it, it does two-shot. That is very nice for me, modest, but he does have the Haze. But I am just going to go for another Tail Glow. Now that could be a little bit weird because he could just keep spamming Haze and get Leftovers Recovery. But I could keep spamming Tail Glow, honestly, and, you know, gotta get the turns right where he keeps spamming Haze and trying to attack me. So, because I could even spam Psychic as well, while he keeps spamming Haze. So he goes for Nature's Madness right there, no spamming of the Haze, and luckily I get to knock him out with the next Psychic, so that is pretty good for me. Break through that Fini, no annoyance for Kingdra to spam Draco Meteor. I mean, he does have Tapu Lele, but I mean, Kingdra just has a better time spamming like Surf and stuff. So he brought a Manaphy on my Manaphy. I go into Magearna expecting a Psychic. If he did go for a Surf, that would be terrible because then he would probably two-shot me. But, you know, you got to make those plays, so that's pretty nice for me, expecting that. And plus, also, if he did go for Surf while staying with Manaphy, that would be pretty bad for him because then he would have knocked me out, and I would knock him out with the Psychic. So yeah, I go for the Volt Switch as he brings in Tangrowth. Gonna try and get the momentum up, bring in Kingdra, as Kingdra Ice Beam should do a decent amount, so that's why I go for it. On the Tangrowth, it is two-shot, but unfortunately I get the freeze on the Tangrowth. Ah, flips table. That is going to be a 10% chance. That is very unfortunate for Flair. I really didn't need that either way. I was kind of hoping there was no hacks because that would be a nice clean game, but nope. That is unfortunate because I really did not need that at all. Like, I could literally just spam Ice Beam. So, I bring in Swampert as I do want to get rocks up. He brought Ditto, I guess, to take the Ice Beam from Kingdra, which is interesting. I don't know if it would take two of those. But either way, he brought in Tangrowth again. Maybe he just wants to get Regenerator from Tangrowth as well, so that's a, I guess, decent play. But I do get my rocks up, and he is frozen, and he is risking me to go for Ice Punch over here. But I'm not going to risk it, because what if he thaws out and Giga Drains me? So I go into Pelipper, because Ice Punch will knock him out from that range, and I don't want him to wake up and Giga Drain me and gain all his HP back. So he's still frozen solid. I'm still going to play around it, though, that he is awake. So I go for the U-turn. I could go for Hurricane right there. Probably should have went for Hurricane right there, but I U-turn to Tapu Koko, as I kind of expected him to switch out as well, because maybe he would expect the Hurricane. And I didn't want him to bring in, I don't know, I guess Lele or something. But yeah, he thaws out right there finally. That was very good. Went for the knock off. Unfortunately, I am Z-move Tapu Koko. That does absolutely nothing, and I U-turn again. Weaken that Tangrowth, and now I bring in Pelipper as I expect, maybe an Earthquake or something, but he does have Sludge Bomb, so luckily no poison right there, and luckily I do take that, so that's pretty nice. Even though Tangrowth does have decent special attack. So, in comes the Tapu Lele, as I just go for the Hurricane, because I thought maybe he would stay in, but no, he does not. But that's a pretty good chip on the Tapu Lele. Puts in range for Kingdra's Surf, and literally no other Pokemon would take it, except if he gets a Regenerator for Tangrowth again. So I brought him Magearna, as Magearna is usually the best switching to Tapu Lele, as hopefully he's not Spec Side Shot, but looks like he just wanted to go for Moonblast right there, so that's pretty nice. As now in comes the Ditto. I'm just going to Volt Switch again, get that momentum, and Ditto does not appreciate getting whittled down like that at all. And now I bring in Swampert, as Swampert will destroy this Ditto with an Earthquake, but I do predict him to want to go into Tangrowth, so I think I Ice Punch over here. I mean, I always Ice Punch over here, because that Tangrowth is coming in. Yes, indeed. Predict that Tangrowth. We don't want an Earthquake on the switches, so Tangrowth is literally going to go down. But he does switch out to get the Regenerator again, because that's what Tangrowth does. So I go for the Waterfall, but Waterfall would have knocked out Tangrowth, so that wasn't really a predict, honestly. So, Rain goes away, I think. Yeah, Rain went away, and Psychic Terrain is gone. Even if Rain was gone from the Tangrowth, I mean, I outspeed him. So he tries to get more Regenerator, but is in range of an Ice Punch. But, yeah, I go for the Ice Punch. I guess I should have went for Waterfall, expecting that switch right there, but at the same time, it was unnecessary. So, I go for Waterfall because it will always one-shot the Victini, even if he Z-celebrates after Rocks and the Ice Punch damage. But I also just go for Earthquake. I mean, it's because no Rain is up, so yeah, Earthquake is a better play than Waterfall. Waterfall will be the better play if Rain is up, but Earthquake does more. So he just tried to store power me for a little chip damage, but he should have tried, I guess, Z-celebrate. I don't know. So I brought in Pelipper just to get the Rain back up, as he brought in Galay because I want to take a close combat. And plus I don't need Pelipper anymore, as it's a sack. And then after that I can just kind of bring in Swampert and just annihilate the rest of his team with Waterfall and Ice Punch. So he actually has Drain Punch, which is interesting. You don't see Drain Punch too much on Gallade. Maybe he's like a bulk up substitute set. I don't know. So usually it's swords and close combat. So I brought in Swampert again, like I said, and I think I Ice Punch again over here, predicting... No, I had Waterfall. Yeah, Waterfall is the best play because it puts Tangrowth with a range from another Waterfall. Like, it always gets knocked out. So, Swampert just busting through the Tangrowth with that Adamant Nature. Very, very nice. As, now in comes his Ditto to outspeed me and transform, because Choice Scarf most likely. And, I should actually probably live a hit, so I just stay in. Actually, no, I get created right there, so goodbye, Swampert. And now I bring in Kingdra, as Kingdra does outspeed the Adamant Swampert, and I could just go for the Surf. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, he's Scarf, I forgot. He's Scarf, but Waterfall does absolutely nothing, because I do 4 times resistant, so it don't even matter. Even if he switches out, he loses Gallade, and then he brings in Ditto again, he transforms into Kingdra, and he will lock himself with something that won't even knock me out. The only thing that will knock me out is Draco Meteor, and I have Tapu Koko to be immune to that. And I also still have other Pokemon that will take that, which is Magearna. And I think it's still on Manaphy. No, Manaphy's alive, right? I don't know, I forget. But either way, GG to Flair. Pretty cool team that I'm using. And yeah, that was going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, but do your thing. And yeah, that was a long one, man. How long are we going for? 41 minutes? Man, I was hoping for 50 minutes. Oh well. So, yeah. Common question of the day is gonna be... I don't know. What would be the common question of the day? Out of nothing to question. So, see you guys in the next video. I don't know. Just leave something. How was your day today? Bye-bye. Peace.